We should probably keep our ears open. Maybe there's something we can do to help." Pepper nodded solemnly, but before she could respond, another group of customers entered Sucre Bleu, bringing with them the echo of Mrs. Henderson's news and a flurry of whispers about Abby Clark's mysterious disappearance. The chime of the bell faded into the background as I glanced out the window, catching sight of a tow truck rumbling past. The hair on the back of my neck stood on end, an instinctive reaction to the sight. My gut twisted with certainty. They were off to retrieve Abby's car. "Pepper," I called over my shoulder, already untying my apron. "I need you to hold down the fort." Her head popped up from behind a tower of confectionery boxes. "What? Why? Where are you going?" I tossed my apron onto a hook and grabbed my jacket from the back room. "That was a tow truck. It's got to be for Abby's car." She followed me, her eyes wide with worry. "But it's just us today, Blue." I slipped on my jacket, feeling the familiar weight of responsibility settle over me. "The afternoon rush is over. You'll be fine. Call me if you need anything." Pepper's mouth opened, likely to protest further, but she closed it with a resigned sigh. "Okay, but be careful." With a nod, I slipped out the back door and into the crisp air of the afternoon. Once I was behind the wheel, I kept a safe distance behind the tow truck, weaving through familiar streets until we reached the outskirts of town. As I parked my car a discreet distance away, I watched from behind tinted windows as police officers milled around Abby's abandoned vehicle. They were taking photographs and scouring the ground for clues. I waited with bated breath until they finished their inspection and eventually drove away with Abby's car in tow. Once they were gone, I stepped out and approached the scene cautiously. The woods seemed to press in around the area as if nature itself was disturbed by its presence. My eyes scanned the area and caught on something unusual: a series of symbols carved into the trees surrounding the clearing. My heart pounded against my ribcage as I stepped closer to examine them. The marks were deliberate and intricate. This was no haphazard act of vandalism by bored teens. These symbols emanated an energy that made the air feel thick and heavy. The symbols weren't ones I recognized from any benign spell or charm. No, these were something else. Something ancient and powerful that sent a shiver down my spine. A chill ran through me, despite my warm jacket, as I pulled out my phone to snap pictures of each symbol. Something about them felt deeply ominous. A real magical signature, rather than a crude imitation. I had stumbled upon something serious. Something that might hold answers to Abby's disappearance. It was time to take these images back home and consult some of my own resources, ancient grimoires that had been in our family for generations. As I left the clearing with one last look at the carved symbols, I couldn't shake off the feeling that Abby's disappearance was entangled with forces far more dangerous than any mundane kidnapper could wield.